tried to sell that house 3 times. Each time, the buyers backed out the day before closing. One of them went missing. I inherited the house after my grandfather passed. It sat on a quiet street in northern Maine, nestled between thick pines and a swampy patch of land. It always felt a little too dark. I only remembered visiting once as a kid, and even then I got this weird, heavy feeling in my chest when I stepped through the front door. I chalked it up to the musty air and the way the old floorboards groaned under every step. To the funeral, I went up to get the place ready to sell. It was isolated, outdated, and in desperate need of repairs, but nothing I couldn't manage over a few weekends. They said they loved the character of the home, especially the original woodwork and the big stone fireplace in the living room. We set a closing date. The old house creaked like any other, but I swear the sounds weren't random. She came with her young son during the showing and said it felt cozy. I kept my mouth shut. If they liked it, good for them. But the night after the inspection, I got a call from Carla. She sounded confused, even scared. They were deliberate, measured, like something was pacing above me. The place was old. Maybe water had leaked in and stained the wood weirdly. I cleaned it up and moved on, like I'm standing in the hallway but I can't move. Something's whispering to me. I set up my phone on the hallway table, aimed it at the stairs, and hit record before going to bed. My son won't even go inside the room anymore. I had lived in that house alone for almost 2 months now. Every night, I'd hear creaks on the stairs when I was sure I was the only one inside. I'd find things moved, books from the shelves stacked on the kitchen floor, my toothbrush inside the fridge, the faucet running when I knew I turned it off. He'd had a seizure in his sleep and hit his head on the nightstand. The wife was shaken and didn't want to go through with the sale. Felt bad for them, but honestly, I was more frustrated than anything. I had already put down a deposit on a new place in Portland. First night, I slept in the guest bedroom upstairs. Around 2 a.m., I woke up shivering. The room was freezing despite the heater clicking and rattling like it was trying its best. I got up to check the thermostat downstairs. The hallway felt wrong. Not just cold but thick, like the air itself had weight. The moment I stepped inside, the front door slammed shut behind me, locked. I couldn't get it open. The next morning, I found muddy footprints on the inside of the front door. It was dead, nailed shut. Even the glass in the back door wouldn't break when I threw a chair at it. Not just drain dead, wouldn't turn on no matter what I did. They weren't mine. I had taken my shoes off by the kitchen the night before, and these were huge, bare, wide, and spaced like someone had been standing there for a long time. But then, at 3:16 a.m., a shape stepped into frame. It was tall to tall. Its limbs seemed off, like they'd been wrong. It paused in front of the camera, then turned its head, if that's what it was, toward the lens. I tried not to let it get to me. A week later, a couple from Massachusetts put in an offer. My car keys were in my pocket. The front door was wide open behind me. The day before they were supposed to sign the final papers, I got a call. The husband was in the hospital. A month later, a single mom named Carla made an offer. Did someone die in the house recently? She asked. I told her my grandfather had passed in a nursing home. There's something off about the bedroom upstairs, she said. I keep dreaming about it. She canceled the offer the next morning. I was starting to feel like I was losing it. One night, I decided to confront it. At 3:17 a.m., I woke to the sound of breathing. It wasn't mine. I stayed still, straining my ears. The breathing was slow, ragged. It was coming from the foot of the bed. I sat up, nothing, just darkness. I reached for my phone. In the morning, I checked the recording from the hallway camera. It showed nothing for the first few hours, just silence and darkness, and smiled. It had no mouth. I deleted the footage and packed a bag. I drove to my friend Jordan's place across the state line and begged to crash on his couch. I didn't go back to the house for 2 weeks. When I did, it was only to grab some things I'd left behind. Then the air shifted warm and sour, like breath. I heard the boards above me groan again, pacing. I ran through the house, trying every window. Then I heard my name, soft from the upstairs hallway. I didn't go up. Instead, I backed into the kitchen, heart pounding, and crouched behind the island. The voice called again. It wasn't mine. It was my grandfather's. Come on now. It's your turn. I don't remember passing out, but I woke up in the front yard, face down in the grass, mouth full of dirt. I never stepped inside that house again, but sometimes I dream I'm still in the upstairs hallway frozen, breathless as something steps out of the bedroom, dragging its limbs behind it, and every time, I wake up with dirt under my fingernails.